So I was doing Facebook ads since the 2015, and I was doing for some of my e-commerce stores, trying to get some sales and stuff. It was golden period that e-commerce store was working better, cost per purchase was much lower. And then I was starting doing ads for some friends that they would told me that you're doing pretty well on your own ads, so why don't you do our ads? And then I started on 18 to do some 18, 19 to do some ads. On 19, I think I found the crazy method. On 20, we had the COVID, so I started freelancing a lot also at that point. And in all of that, I was having pretty good results, and it was really good. And just to put it in simple words, back in the day, I think in those days, you could take a guy outside of a surgery room, you can take his face, roll it in a keyboard, he was going to make a campaign and it was going to have 10 ROAS. Okay, it was that easy. The reason for that was that we were having a lot of detailed targeting over here that we were able to do, and Facebook was really having a lot of data in order to optimize. So then we have this party pooper over here, which is Apple, okay? Which came and said, okay, everybody's having fun, why don't we ruin the fucking party? And what happened was that they started and they published an iOS 14.5 in the 26th of April. I do remember that it was 15th of June or July that happened, that we have seen that now we have a problem. So let me tell you what happened. It is an era that everybody is talking about the personal data and how we can protect them. The European Union is coming with the GDPR regulation and all of that. They're discussing of doing it. And they start thinking that, oh, these platforms are using the data and they're making money. We have to protect the people. And iOS comes first and says, okay, we want to protect the data. As you know from Netflix and the movies about Steve Jobs and stuff, iOS is all about having a monopoly and trying to control 100% the people that they are actually using their products. Of course, the people that they use the iOS products, they don't accept that. But anyway, when they buy a mobile phone and they don't get a phone charger though, it's nice then. Okay. Anyway, so the thing with the iOS is that they said that we want to protect the personal data of our people and stuff, so we're not going to share information back with Meta. So what happened is that we went from a period that we had spot on reporting, we had data flooding within the system, and this is a platform that's working with data, and it was taking the one optimization, forming ideal avatar clients, better ideal avatar clients, more data to find more people and all of that. We took the fucking cake, we cut it in half, and we said, okay, eat the half, the other half you cannot touch. Okay, so basically what happened is that in United States, that 50% of the population or more, or I don't know how much they're using iOS devices, we were not able to target most of them. So we have this date over here. It's the April that they announced this. I remember it was 15th of summer, or it was July or June. I don't remember. I'm trying to forget these days, because before that, you know, it was really easy. You were doing really easily ads. You were just tossing your pixel inside your website. You were tracking everything. You were seeing 3 sales today, 3 sales reported on the ads manager. Now we have a total mess. The platform became super complicated. Okay, it's a super complicated platform. First of all, we had to move from pixel to API, which is server to server integration instead of browser to server, which is much more difficult to set up, and it's a difficult thing in order for us to get better reporting. Now, then we have the removal of several interests, from Jesus Christ to whatever you can imagine has been removed from the platform gradually. The attribution model went from 30 days to 7 days. So now we're only able to capture sales that were happening within time window of 7 days of somebody engaging with the ads, which means less data again, less optimization on the pixels and all of that. Less people being targeted all the time, but this is not the only problem. When you target less people, the less people are sending less data within the platform. So less data means less optimization again. So all the prices went up, the ads became super expensive, and we started, instead of doing detailed targeting, focusing more to the broad, just relying on all the data that the Facebook platform has gathered all of these years from people, and make the algorithm becoming better on understanding how to target people with broad instead of giving it interest. But with interest, it was really good, and we're having better results, of course. The better results were coming also because of the fact that we're having more data for optimization instead of now having less data. And the iOS 14.5 is something that you're going to hear a lot in this course and everything, because it has changed everything. From talking only from pixel to API, not talking about interest, and doing mostly broad targeting. I was doing broad targeting also before with a crazy method, but at that point I was considered crazy that I was doing broad targeting with crazy method. Less people being targeted, of course. We have higher cost of advertisement, and obviously it became more challenging and more difficult to a platform that was trying to be super easy and not complicated. It became a super complicated platform that you need to run ads in a super complicated way if you want to be super efficient. I'm not trying to make things super complicated just because, but there are a lot of people that they talk about consolidation. I'm going to talk to you about consolidation and why I think that it doesn't work. But I never believed consolidation can work even before iOS. But for sure, I know that the platform became more difficult, especially for a lot of people to understand it, because before it was super easy. You were just running one ad and it was working. Now you have to do so many more things, and it's not because more people came to advertise. It's because the platform is using less data from all of the things that happened. So you can blame Apple. If you are an Apple user, put yourself into the mirror. I don't buy anything from them because I hate them, because it was a really nice party, guys. This period over here, it was a really nice party. This period over here is this smelly poop period, okay? It's getting better with the ASC and all of the other things, the other campaigns that they came, and we have ways of making it working. And of course, we survived and we had clients and all of that and everything, and we scaled accounts and stuff, but for sure it's much more challenging comparing to here, that it was a golden era. So iOS 14.5, you're going to hear it a lot. Now you know what it is.